Hey, this is John, and I just want to talk to you today about this concept of losing yourself to find yourself. And why this is important is because sometimes we're living a false reality, a false view of ourselves. Sometimes the things we hate about ourselves is what other people look in on us and admire about ourselves. But why I think this is important is if we can peel away the things that make us feel self-loathing, unworthy, unlovable, not enough, we can start to find our true beauty inside. And I love that quote that says, God don't make no mistakes, because you are an amazing individual. And here's one little thing I want to explore with you to help you in your journey. So it comes from a quote from Bon Jovi, and if you're a Bon Jovi fan like me, you'll know that in recent years he hasn't been able to sing. He lost his voice, and he's been on some journey now and all that sort of stuff. But he had in an interview, he said, sometimes you have to lose yourself to find the person you're meant to be. So think about that. Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find the person you're meant to be. And I think what he was saying, and sorry to put words in his mouth, but this is where I want to take the conversation. I think he's saying when thing is taken away from you that's so big in your life, like he's a singer, that's how he really presented to the world, even though he's a successful businessman and a philanthropist and probably a good father and husband. I don't know him personally, right? But he's got so many things. But the singing, he felt like he'd lost himself when he lost his singing. And sometimes we can get lucky and lose something or get it taken away from us to send us down that path of reevaluating. But other times, and this is what I want to encourage us to do, is sometimes what we need to do is lose all of those false stories that we've been told. Stories that form our self-worth, stories that form how we present and feel about ourselves. Sometimes we have to evaluate those to find the real person. And then we can start on that journey of loving that person. And I can tell you, it's a beautiful journey when that starts to happen. The things that you used to loathe, you start to love. And it's quite a fascinating thing to do. So, to help you on this journey, just got a simple exercise. And I tell you what, if you do this, I would love to hear what comes out of it for you. But it's just a simple exercise. Take a notepad or a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, write the things on the left-hand side that you like about yourself, and write a thing on the right-hand side that you don't like about yourself. And I want you to evaluate each and every one of those things. And how I want you to evaluate it is to ask why. Why do I like that thing? And what stories am I telling myself about that thing? And what that enables you to do is evaluate, where did this idea come from? Where did this idea come from that I'm a scatterbrain and somehow that's no good? When in reality, the true story might be that you're very effective at doing creative tasks, way more effective than an organised mind. It's just that you leave a trail of destruction behind you, you know. But you can unravel these things and you can start to actually focus on the positives. And so just in that example I gave you, so what if you leave a trail of destruction? Well, clean it up after. But by unraveling it, you can take away that unworthiness feeling, that not enough feeling. And what it does, it changes the energy balance into loving that energy, into you actually embracing that person. And when you embrace that person, when you say, I really love this about myself, however, I can see how these other things create stress for other people in my life, you're in a position to fix them anyway or manage them. And other people can work with you in this. So I'd love to leave you with that exercise. I'm a big fan of the losing yourself principle, as long as it's losing the false parts of yourself. The one thing I would warn against is not trying to become a person that's not authentically you. And so you'll never find me taking a photo of my watch at 4:30 in the morning when I'm at the gym. That's not the person that I'm going to pretend to become. But I admire people who do that. And if that's their real authentic self, that's really great. But just your journey is your journey. Peel back the layers, have a play, have an understanding. And sometimes it causes pain. Sometimes you pull on a thread and it unravels something else. but it's good at the end of the day because you will come to a place of peace with yourself and you'll find that amazing creature called you. And I just want to celebrate you. You're a miracle. Every person on this planet's a miracle. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.